Hello. Welcome to Destination Unknown podcast with Doreen. We're gonna continue on the fitness topic, and this is Navi again. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good. How are you today?
I am good. Oh my god. So we're gonna get back to fitness. I don't even know how to start with this. Like, what's your usual I don't even know. I'm
sorry. Why is my mind blank right now?
I know, me too. Why are we talking about fitness again when we just did
I don't remember what we're talking about. I thought we were talking about something else related to fitness.
Should we just talk about food?
And then see if it goes into Now I'm thinking I should whatever.
Do you want to drink?
You look fantastic.
No. He's like, not again. I'm just gonna do a black jacket that I left in the car. But anyway, so on to no, to be honest, a lot of people ask me what I eat.
We know our relationship with food. How about that?
The thing is that I have a trick. Oh, and our relationship with food. We were going to talk about that too. Oh, man.
We were hoping to do it at the restaurant.
Sensitive. That's
our relationship with food.
It's good here too.
Yeah.
Fitness about food.
That's true, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Restart.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Destination Unknown with Doreen. Today's topic is our relationship with food. Today's guest, as always, is Navi.
Hi.
Hello. So how have you been with food? Have you always been has food always been your friend or like sometimes your enemy?
Definitely my enemy. And then I've realized ways to turn it into my friend. But growing up, like when I was younger, I devoured all that processed food. Never looking at the labels, never cared about what was in the labels. And I felt like I built a tolerance to that. And then over time I started to realize just how bad a lot of the things that I like to eat are. Like, oh my God, so many things have canola oil. And once you really search canola oil and really find out what they use to make that, oh my God, your mind and everything around you just starts to change. So it's tough because I love that processed food, but they add the chemicals and the dyes and the dyes and the things that you should not even be consuming. And then it's addictive. And then you want to just keep going back. Like earlier today, I'm not going to lie, I had a long day. All I was craving was like a Red Bull, chips, like junk. And I ate it. It's fine. But now I'm like, crap, that was like a really bad choice. So like my relationship with food is just that. It's never been easy, and I don't think it will ever be easy, but I'm still trying to make more steps to be more mindful about what I consume these days. But sometimes I give in to those indulgences, and just because we're like fitness freaks, it doesn't mean we don't want to have cheat meals and we don't want to like have a snack every now and then. So okay, so that's a lot, but.
No, that's good. Yeah, for me too. Like I would say, so growing up in Burundi, Africa, like I would say we kind of kept it like where it's like natural foods, like foods that were made by earth, less man-made. So we kind of just stuck to that. A lot of African foods are like just like vegetables and like grains, like just very healthy things. And then when we moved here, that's when we got introduced to fast food. And we were like, wow, Burger King, this is amazing. We were like obsessed with McDonald's, where like every Saturday our treat was to go to McDonald's. But now I look at it, I was like, ew.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
But to be honest, like I feel like back then maybe my McDonald's might have been better than it is now, because I feel like now the more years pass, the more like addictive things that they add.
To be honest,
but also they do make it better.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's just like on and off.
It's just like, just really quick, like they're huge corporations. Like now I think they're more focused on making money than really anything else. Like now they don't even care what they put in these ingredients. So these items these days, it's more, what can make us the most money? What is going to have people buy the most? And it's kind of disheartening because they truly don't care, I feel like, about us and our health. Others, why do you think everyone's in the hospital? I think a big reason, my dad's a doctor and I have a master's degree in occupational therapy. So like in terms of like health, like this is how they make the most money, by keeping us sick. And what's one of the ways that really keeps us sick? Continuing to eat all this really damaging food. Sorry, that went a whole different
No, but it makes sense. So, like, sometimes I often say this, that, like, that obviously I live in America, so, like, I can only speak on Americans, but I feel like a lot of Americans eat as if, like, health insurance was free, and it's not. So, like, I tend to remember that it's not free, even if it was free regardless. I don't want to be controlled by people. So, that my thing is always to be in control of my own health by making sure that I eat healthy things. And yes, I've come a long way because I wasn't always like that. There's times when I didn't even drink water. I would literally just drink soda, and that was my only, like, beverage, like, of hydration, which does not even hydrate you.
Yeah.
And then started to, like, maybe like 2012 that I started to, like, start seeing, like, wow, my body, I don't feel good. I don't feel my best. Like, I'm always feeling depressed. I'm always feeling weird
Yeah.
vibes. And I'm like, what's causing this? And I'm like, the lack of working out, the lack of, like, of eating food, healthy foods. And it's not until I started working out, running, that I started noticing, like, wow, I don't really eat healthy. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, I was not even eating, like, all 3 meals. I'll probably eat like 2 meals and then just call it a day and just drink soda every day. And I'm like, because soda fills you up, and then you're like, oh, I'm full. I don't need to eat anything else.
Yeah.
And I was like on candies, chips, so, like, all the junk food. Once I started, like, researching, obviously you have to research. I started researching, and I started realizing, like, what are the best carbs, what are the best protein for me, what's the best, like, fats. And, like, once you research all these things and then you see what's best for you, then you kind of, like, try things and see what works for you.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
also, like, yes, some carbs might be good for people might say some carbs are good, but then it might not be good for you, because, like, you have to always do, like, what's best for your body, because people are allergic to certain things that people are not.
Right. Well, it's just important to consider that every body is different. So what might work for her might not work for me, vice versa. So it's something that you have to take into mind. Like for me, I'm not going to lie, I've suffered from stomach ulcers 2 years ago. It was a really eye-opening experience because it was just so much pain, and it was caused by a lot of my bad choices and stress. But stress is a whole nother story. But the point is, I started really open my eyes up to the things that I consume and put into my body now. And I've also realized that I can't handle things that I used to, or I just have to have certain foods that just kind of are more catered towards me. So it does take some, figuring out, and, like, but I think it's important to, like, after you eat something, see how you feel, and then if you're feeling good, like, keep incorporating that, and just trying to do more fruits and vegetables and grains that are suited for you, because everyone has, and I think part of the reason so many people have so many different gluten-free, celiac, all these types of things is because of the food here as well. It's, like, caused, I feel like, a lot of those symptoms to either increase or, get even more out of hand than it could be. I'm even listening to, like, podcasts, and there's this one podcast about this top psychiatrist at Harvard, and he's mentioning how just changing your diet and what you eat can really impact everything around you. Not only just your health and your inner being, but your mental health too has a big effect on that as well. And I do notice, like you said, when I eat healthier, I feel better, I look better, everything is better. And when I eat crap, I don't feel good, I feel, like, sluggish. And so it really does make an impact and a difference, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that you definitely have to, it does make you feel better. And that's the one main thing that makes me like to incorporate, like, healthy foods, is the way I feel when I'm eating healthy foods compared to how, because I've had those moments, because I can speak on both experiences, that I've had moments where I've eaten, like, very bad, and I've seen how my body has, like, responded to that, and then how I even respond to certain things, certain situation, because I'm eating unhealthy, and then how I am when I'm eating healthy and things like that. So definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
you have any advice from somebody who's, like, starting, who doesn't know how to, like, incorporate healthy foods, like, how they can start?
I would suggest just maybe try eating, like, one vegetable a day, add, like, a vegetable in whatever it is you want to eat. like just some cucumber maybe, or some zucchini, or some bell pepper, or like I love like an egg mushroom scramble. You just add like have an egg in the morning, add some mushrooms, just like one vegetable, and then maybe start to incorporate like a fruit every now and then too. Um, but it's hard to like completely just go from what you normally eat if it's not whatever it might be, but and just go straight to vegetables. Just so like little small things, and then try to just go for adjustments, healthier snacks than like maybe a can of soda or like a bar, like hummus and carrots, hummus and bell peppers, like a fruit, just some other substitution or something with just cleaner ingredients on. So even then, and be mindful of when you eat and why you're eating. Like, are you eating because you're bored? Are you eating because you're stressed? Are you eating because you're actually hungry? That also really helps because, oh my God, I am really notorious for eating when I'm bored and eating when I'm stressed. And that's another story. But I mean,
No,
I
but
got
it's good. Like,
I got Girl Scout cookies the other day, and I almost had way too many yesterday, and it's okay though, but just to really be mindful of that. And I was stressed out, so I was stress eating yesterday, so I'm like, oh, it's okay, at least I'm aware of that, and I'll try to be more mindful of it next time.
Yeah, I definitely say like you want to have to make sure you want to make when you're eating and choosing foods, like make sure that your plate is colorful. That don't mean colorful by like having foods that are man-made and dyed. I mean like foods that are made by nature. They're natural, like colorful, like fruits and making sure you have like vegetables and greens and all those things. It's okay. What is it?
I was gonna say, can I get you guys anything? Oh no.
No,
We're good.
No,
we're
thank you,
fine.
though.
No. I used to, the people might not consider me overweight ever, but I was like 20 pounds heavier, and especially through middle school and high school when people being thin was in, and like the Kardashians wasn't that big of a thing yet. So like I just understand, and I've like been there, and I'm very notorious for eating when I'm stressed out. Like that's especially what I do. Like so, and then sometimes late at night. So. You know.
But do you also feel like sometimes when you're stressed out, you don't want to eat?
That happens too, actually.
Because
and then that's unhealthy.
If
because then I don't eat the whole day.
If I'm heartbroken, I would not eat.
Oh, trust me. Yeah.
But there's certain
it's so weird how your body
where that
does
makes
that.
me want to eat, and there's certain situation that makes me like I cannot eat.
Seriously,
like,
yeah, and that's what it is with me. But like I was just thinking I'm just riddled with stress and nobody else does this, but I think it is probably more common than we think.
But also I do tend to do that, and then I try to remember also like that like eating bad after I'm having stress, that it's just gonna add on to more stress. That it's not even gonna help.
Literally, because then I just feel guilty about all that stuff. That
literally,
I ate.
and then now I'm stressed out. I'm having anxiety because I'm overthinking about everything that I just ate. And I'm like, okay, I gotta work it out.
Oh.
But yeah, it's part of life though.
That's what I'm saying. It's part of life. Even like the most fit, healthiest people have these weak moments. I feel like it's just human. And like, as long as you're not having a pint of ice cream every day, like if you have one, like you don't be so hard on yourself after.
Yeah.
Like I'm so critical of myself after I have cookies and then like a pint of ice cream, this or that. Like as if I'm gonna gain 10 pounds overnight. Like that's not a thing.
It's not gonna happen, yeah.
And you're human, and it's okay to have those moments. Just again, just be careful when you have those moments.
Has it been hard for you to incorporate like healthy eating with your culture, with the foods that you guys eat at home?
So actually my culture, like with the food my mom made, is actually pretty healthy.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where I was so sick of it that I started craving junk food. Because all it was this Indian food, and I took it for granted. Oh my God, I really took it for granted. Because then lately I'm just like really craving some like of her lentils. But it's, to be honest, Indian food is healthy. Like
that's true, it is.
Like it's like lentils or a type of curry usually that's served on the side. Usually it's bread or rice, and then like a vegetable dish, like, and they're all just with Indian spices. But normally it's really healthy. But I was like, no, I'm over this healthy food. Give me the unhealthy stuff. And then there was a period when I actually gained a lot of weight just eating all this junk and like not working out. This is before I started working out, that period. And so I felt like crap. Like I hated myself. Like. That's another thing. I just hate like this the pressure society places on us to be thin. Like, you know what's so funny to me? Like when I was thicker and I feel like bigger hips, this and that, like I felt like I was criticized for that. Then I get thinner, I felt like I was criticized for losing my curves. So I'm like, you can't win.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
win. So
do what makes you happy at the end of the day.
exactly. Don't listen to society. I mean, because society's always going to judge us and tell us what to do. So
Yeah.
just do you. And to be honest, for me, I don't care. I'm like, there's moments when I do gain weight because I'm like, I mean, I could call it like, oh, it's my bulking season if I wanted to, just make it an excuse. But no,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. And sometimes I just let myself like gain a little bit of weight. And I try not to like over criticize myself too much because I'm like, oh, whatever. I feel like at the end of the day, I still look good.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some people might not be okay with this size, but I am Doreen. Like,
Yeah.
so people are gonna love me regardless. Like, so
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. Like,
Just-
I think it's okay to accept yourself at every phase of your life, and be okay with that, and know that like you can always like get back to where you want to be as long as you keep working hard at it. You know,
Yes.
and yeah, and eat healthy and like it's good for you. You
Terrible
know?
snaps.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
Fucking-
just always be mindful to just keep eating healthy, so that way you can always be in control of your body, because you don't want to be. I'd rather spend time just making sure that I'm prepping healthy food and cooking my meals than being at the doctor or at the hospital. So just always be mindful of that, and not only that, like you want your brain to be healthy and always full of amazing ideas, and in order for you to do that you have to eat healthy. So just always be aware of that, and then of course if you guys have any questions you can always contact us on Instagram, and thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate Navi always coming in and co-hosting with me for these podcasts. Yeah, and if you guys need to find me, you can find me on Destination On with Doreen podcast on YouTube or on Instagram as well, or Distinctive Doreen for my modeling. And then what about you, Navi?
Fit with Navi for all your fitness needs.
Yes, thank you so much. Peace and love.
Thank you.